This week on Jon Thelen's Destination Fish, we start on a midsummer walleye bite. These fish are on the in-between, stuck between midsummer and late summer locations and feeding patterns. Then we get after some fall smallmouth bass on light tackle. Pound for pound, these fish may be the strongest fighters in freshwater. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by Lindy Fishing Tackle and Alumacraft Boats. Couldn't ask for a prettier morning. Midsummer. Kind of that in-between right now. In between live bait, Lindy rigs, leeches. Crawlers are probably more desirable right now for most walleyes. But guys are starting to think about crankbait season, and it's just not quite here yet. Water temps are warming up, and this happens every single year in this July timeframe. But I'm going to show you exactly how I do it at this time of the year, and a great lure and technique that'll help you catch more fish, because it was built for right now. There's one. Oh boy, he smashed it right when I stopped it. And what I mean by stopping it, I just set my sinker down, my bottom bouncer, and this is what's really cool about fishing this Lindy Lil guy. When you set that bouncer down, what you can do is actually set it down knowing that you're stopping the bait, and then the bait will suspend because the Lil guy body floats. So what happens is it just sits right in front of that fish's mouth. He's just looking right at it, and I mean, big fish. Hard for him to resist it because it's just hovering in front of him and suspending right there. And fish like this one right here, I mean, look at that, that's a beautiful eye. That's a beautiful fish no matter where you go. Look at this, get him out of here and show him to you. Look at that walleye. That's good stuff right there. But here's the thing, fish like that right here, man, I'll tell you, float plane going over our head. We're in Canada right now. Let me tell you, what is really, really cool is it doesn't matter where you fish. If you put a bait in front of a walleye's face, hover it there, like I was able to do with this fish with that little guy, you're gonna get him. Because there's no way that that fish can resist it. I mean, that right there, that's just fun stuff. And all I'm doing is just working this bait along with a crawler. Okay, it's a 2-hook harness on there. I'm gonna show you the lure here really quick because it is cool. It's a little floating plastic body, okay? Then it's just like a crawler harness. You got beads, and then it goes to a 2-hook harness. And man, I'll tell you what, it's just a deadly bait when you get to this in-between time. Today we are fishing on famed Lac Seul in northwest Ontario. Key depths range from 12 to 17 feet as these fish are starting to move to deeper water. Air temps and water temps are in the mid-70s, and we're fishing the windy side of structures with 1-inch Lindy Lil guys in golden chartreuse colors behind 1.5-ounce bottom bouncers. It's midsummer and feeding activity is at its height, making faster speeds of 1.0 to 1.3 with stops and starts critical to triggering more bites. There's one. Same thing, grabbed it right when I stopped it and put it right in front of his face. Same thing. If you do that, I promise you, you're going to get far more bites by just stopping this bait and giving them a chance to look at it when they're following it. And you know what? You wish you knew when they were following it, right? Well, you know, you don't. So what you got to do is you just got to give them that chance. And you just got to religiously do it as you go. Another great fish. We're gonna keep just a couple for shore lunch dinner tonight. One of the things I'll tell you about these Alumacraft boats that I get asked all the time, and I got asked at the dock last night, you can still choose whatever outboard you want to put on the back of your Alumacraft. If you want to put a Mercury on like you see me running, or any of the other brands, Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, you have that choice with Alumacraft. And I think that's a big thing because so many of these boat manufacturers over the years have taken that choice away, but you still have it if you buy an Alumacraft. You're going to build the boat exactly the way you want it. I've been doing that for 20 years.
Upgrade your fishing game with the 2024 Alumacraft multi-species fishing boat. Loaded with features like large aerated live wells, ample rod storage, large front casting decks, and the exclusive double-plated 2XB hull. This series delivers on performance and all-day comfort, making it a must for anglers who demand excellence. Contact your Alumacraft dealer to pre-order your 2024 boat and take your fishing adventure to the next level.
This is the place. Warner's Dock in New Richmond, Wisconsin is the place to find your new Suzuki-powered fishing boat or pontoon. The new redesigned show floor at Warner's Dock is home to a large inventory of pontoons and fishing boats from various manufacturers, as well as a complete lineup of Suzuki outboards. The service and parts department have you covered from beginning to end, including off-season storage solutions. Stop in and see the team at Warner's Dock for all your boating needs. This is the place.
Take your trolling game to the next level with the all-new TrollMaster Pro Angler. The Pro Angler pairs with your current TrollMaster system or can be purchased as an all-inclusive kit while still compatible with Panther Electro-Steer models. New features include increased battery capacity to keep you fishing longer and Strike Mode, a built-in function that increases your speed in short bursts every 2, 4, or 6 minutes to trigger more strikes. Up your trolling game and catch more big fish with the all-new TrollMaster Pro Angler.
We are L&M. We are a third-generation family-owned business that has proudly served the Northland for over 60 years. We carry products that cater to the communities surrounding our stores. We service what we sell, and we can equip you with everything you need for your next outdoor adventure. We are family. We are L&M Fleet Supply.
Ooh, he bit it. I saw this fish and I said, oh shoot, I'm gonna be too late to get to him because I was just baiting back up. I dropped down as fast as I could and I just kind of let it sit back there a little bit. And that fish must have seen it and he came and grabbed it. I mean, he had to come a little ways because I had already graphed him, I'd already gone over him, and he still came and grabbed it. Good fun stuff, man. We're just picking on them today, one after another. You know, I'll share a location with you a little bit, but I'll share this first. This bait I'm fishing right now, this Lindy Lil guy, you could fish this anywhere, okay? Makes no difference where you want to fish. You can fish deep, you can fish shallow, you're gonna fish it behind a bottom bouncer, and the bait's gonna float back there, and it sits on this 2-foot snell, 1.5 to 2-foot snell, and ultimately it's gonna float back behind that bouncer. But walleyes like that one right there, whether they're out deep later in the summer, or whether they're a little shallower, you know, midsummer like they are right now, you can fish this bait. So what I'm fishing today, 12 to 14 feet, I sneak up into 10 every now and then, and I slide out 17 every now and then. I'm just working in a point that comes out off an island over here. Wind's coming into it. Midsummer, I'm always, you know, I think it's all year long, but I think it's even more pronounced when you get into summer and there's more bait out there, that you want to fish areas that are wind blown, because ultimately if you can do that, what happens is you're fishing areas where some of that bait's being pushed up. It's going to congregate some of those fish. Because one of the things you got to know when you get to midsummer, there is no time like midsummer as far as walleyes being spread out across the whole body of water. Find those wind-driven spots because it's going to push that bait up. You find where that bait's pushed up, you're going to catch fish because the walleyes are going to be there too. 14 feet right off this tip. I just got to beat this up. We're going to get one of these. There he is. Bit it. Got him. Saw these fish. I mean, I just knew. They just can't resist this, and they were just set up perfect right off the tip of this thing. This is one of the things I'll tell you too, is you always want to look for those little changes in structure. And this edge I'm fishing runs pretty straight all the way down, but there's a couple little knobs that come out. And there are fish right off the edge of this knob. This is a really nice fish. Nice one. Look at that. Man. That one there, I just knew. I would have been shocked, to be honest with you, if we didn't get him. But look at that, he's got both hooks in him. You don't think he wanted that bait? Let's talk about speed when you're fishing this bait a little bit, because the one thing about this lure is it's so simple to fish because you can go any speed you want to go. I mean, there's times I'll pull this lure behind a bullet sinker right over the tops of the weeds at 1.7 miles an hour. And then there's times I'll fish it below 1 mile an hour when I'm fishing a tight little edge where they're stacked up right there and I want them to have time to see it. I don't want to line up and just drift over and be done. I want to work that edge. Well, choose baits like this that are going to allow you to fish at higher speeds and be able to work that edge. There we go. That feels like a pretty good fish. Maybe. Yeah. This was one of those times where he was just on a reaction bite because I didn't even get a chance to stop the bait to get this one to hit. This one just hit it. We'll wrap it up with this guy. Look at that. What a day. You know what? When it comes down to it, some of my favorite fishing is when I've got a rod in hand and feel every one of these bites, and I think that is so cool. It's one of the funnest parts of fishing, in my opinion, when you get to feel every single bite. What a great way to wrap it up. Hey, next time you're caught on this in between, next time you're staring down that barrel of July, August time frame, you're not ready to go on cranks yet, you're on the back end of those slow live bait bites, juice it up. Put one of these hybrid baits down. You got the best of both worlds. Running like a crankbait with some live bait behind it. It's fun stuff right there. LeCann's Marine in Faribault, Minnesota offers everything you need to enjoy your time on the water with family and friends. LeCann specializes in Yamaha-powered Alumacraft boats, and you can bet they have the model and horsepower you are looking for in their extensive inventory. LeCann's also offers parts and accessories along with an experienced service department that will keep you on the water, and when fall arrives, they can handle your winterization and storage needs. Get out on the water this summer with a new Yamaha-powered Alumacraft boat from LeCann's Marine.
New Mega Live Imaging shows you what's below in real time with edge-to-edge clarity and no gaps in coverage, all so you can turn must-watch detail into non-stop action. Only from Humminbird.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Greg from Outdoors Again in Baudette, Minnesota. I'd like to personally invite you to stop in and visit us here at Outdoors Again, where we carry the largest selection of fishing tackle, bait, firearms, and ammo in northern Minnesota. We are the home of the Jig Buffet. We are conveniently located on Highway 11 in downtown Baudette with plenty of parking to accommodate boats, wheelhouses, and trailers. We are your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor needs, including bait, tackle, firearms, ammo, and much, much more. We look forward to seeing you here at Outdoors Again.
Today, anglers fish longer. Today, anglers fish harder. Today, anglers rely more than ever on their electronics. It all comes down to catching more fish, and today, anglers rely on Amped Outdoors lithium batteries, period.
Dan's Southside Marine in Bloomington, Minnesota is one of the largest Suzuki outboard dealers in the country. Pair that power up with a brand new Alumacraft boat, you have the ultimate package. Dan's carries an extensive inventory of Suzuki-powered Alumacraft boats, meaning you will find the model that fits your family and be on the water this spring. Dan's also offers an experienced service staff and a large parts and accessories department that is sure to have everything you need. Sales, service, parts, winterization, and storage, Dan's Southside Marine does it all.
Next up, we target Mille Lacs Lake smallmouth in October with big minnows. This fall bite is one of the best big fish bites in the country, and today is no exception. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by Lindy Fishing Tackle and Alumacraft Boats. Minnow's freaking out. There must be one nearby. There he is, just bit it. That minnow just went freaking nuts.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the line just about got taken right out of my hand. And that's the smallmouth grabbing it. It's funny when you're chub fishing how that'll work. See if he's there. Yep, there he is.
Got him?
Yeah.
Okay, let me reel up quick and...
Good fish. Good fish.
Good start to the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna end up on your side of the boat.
Okay.
I don't think he's a giant, but you know what? Usually they get mad right now. There he goes. That's when they get mad. Here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna fish some fall smallmouth, but we are targeting big fish. And if you wanna see some giant football-sized smallmouth bass, it is pretty hard to beat fishing a chub, a sucker minnow.
Still can't see him.
Here he comes, big one. Good one. Look at that. We're netting fish today too, by the way.
That's an awesome fish.
Look at that. You want to see how you like to start a smallmouth trip? Look at that. Probably a 4-pound fish to start.
That didn't take long.
How you like that, buddy?
You called your shot. You called your shot. Like we're getting right up by the waypoints and, oh, yeah. Minnow's freaking out.
Mille Lacs Lake.
Healthy fish.
There are not many places you can go and catch smallmouth like this. Mille Lacs Lake is one of them. You know, the Great Lakes, you can do it on, you know, over in that Green Bay area, Door County type stuff. But I'll tell you what, this right here, and you know, the pro circuits have been here over the last few years because this fishery right here is so phenomenal. I mean, you can go out and do that. I mean, how cool is that? That's just a giant fish.
Heck of a start.
Good way to start. Get out of here, buddy.
Coming up. How's it feel, John?
It feels like a good smallmouth bass that ate a big minnow.
Suppose I could net that for you, huh?
He's coming up. It'll be interesting to see what this fish does. It's a good one. See if we can just keep him hooked up. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good one. Oh, look, I forced you out of the water. Now I feel bad. This is,
ooh,
oh,
that's
look
a
at
tank.
that. It's a big one. It's a big one, and he got on the surface. That. I knew he was up high. I didn't know he was going to do that.
It's hard to tell when they're coming at you and they go up high in the water column like that.
Here's the deal. On this light tackle, it is just amazing. These things will wear you out. I mean, my wrist is sore dealing with this fish. It's a big fish. Uh-oh, coming up.
Coming up.
There, oh, look at him. Oh,
beautiful color on.
Yeah, this is a big fish. If I can finish the deal, it'd be great, eh? This is one of those 5-pounders. Yep.
Nice fish.
Look at him.
Wow.
Holy smokes. This right here is why you come and do this bite. Look at that fish. That is a giant.
Just a beauty.
That's a giant, but I mean, this fishery sits right here, inland water. People think Great Lakes so often for this stuff. Sits right here in central Minnesota, accessible from the Twin Cities, accessible from up north, and fish like that are swimming around in here. And in the fall, this is the best way to catch giants. Look at
Let's do it again. Wow.
That is awesome. Man, it is just one of those things that I get so excited about, because let me give you a timing on this bite, because you got to time it right. This doesn't happen all year long, okay? Timing it right is important. This is Labor Day at the earliest, in through that mid-October time frame that you're going to get after these fish doing this. And the big key is they need that first trigger to start moving in a little bit, and they have. They're in here, and now all of a sudden they're willing to bite something like this because they're just feeling fall coming on. They put the feed bag on, and you put a big sucker minnow down there in front of them, and I'm gonna tell you, it's just crazy.
They can't resist it.
They can't. One other thing I'll tell you, we have spent many days out here with a red tail out, with a creek chub out next to a sucker minnow, and that sucker minnow will outfish them. So if you're gonna come and do this, pick up sucker minnows. Don't settle for red tails. These sucker minnows are the ticket. Zippo Bay Resort is the premier resort on the south shore of Lake of the Woods. Spend the day on one of Zippo Bay's 6 30-foot charter boats, or bring your own boat to explore the pristine waters of the Big Lake. Log cabins in various sizes have all the amenities, while clean and comfortable housekeeping cabins are also available. Spend a day at the pool and hot tub, play on the water toys, enjoy great food and drink in the lodge, and relax around the campfire in the evenings with family and friends. Make Zippo Bay Resort on Lake of the Woods your next summer getaway.
This is your tackle. You use it to catch this, or this, or this. You also use this and that and these. This is your environment. So is this. You love it, live for it, but it will turn this into that. This is the Flambeau Z-Rust Max Tough Tainer series. These are fully infused with exclusive Z-Rust VCI anti-corrosion technology. This is a U.S. naval battleship. The same Z-Rust technology used here has been used on those. This is the next level of tackle management. Built to fish, built to last. What's your tackle worth?
Gallus Marine in Wisconsin Rapids has everything you need to get your family out on the water this summer. New and used boat sales include top brands like Alumacraft boats and Berkshire pontoons, powered by Yamaha outboards. The parts and service departments will keep you up and running all summer long. Whether you're looking for a Yamaha-powered fishing boat, ski boat, or a pontoon, Gallus Marine has you covered, and when fall arrives, they'll be there to handle your winterization needs. Stop in and see them at their convenient central Wisconsin location, or look them up at gallusmarine.com.
Whether you crank it, jig it, flip it, slow roll, or troll, Striker Technical Apparel gives you the freedom and confidence to fish, no matter your style, no matter the weather, because with Striker, when it's on, it's on.
There is nothing more aggravating than a hard-to-turn steering wheel on your boat or pontoon. The Panther XPS Gen 2 power steering system eliminates that aggravation. XPS steering is designed to fit on outboard engines with horsepowers ranging from 90 to 250. Panther XPS is true power steering, which provides smooth and easy turning of the engine. XPS can be easily installed on any boat with single cable steering by your dealer or in your own driveway. Take control of your steering with the Panther XPS Gen 2 power steering system. Yep, you got him.
It's big.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
So we were just talking about, should we, we've lost a little bit of wind. The wind is, oh yeah, you got a big one. Wind is just coming and going. One of the things that's always hard is deciding to leave a spot where you know there's a bunch of fish. You know there's so many fish here, and the right fish are here, the quality's here. Sometimes it's just a question of, the wind died, we slid out a foot. And keep pounding away, because these fish will go in and out of bite windows throughout the day. Take that time and look out a little deeper, look in a little bit shallower, and then all of a sudden the bite turns right back on. You can come across. He wants to go, we'll let him go. He's big enough, we're gonna let him
make the decision.
Tell us what he wants to do. I'm gonna come over here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, really nice one.
Oh yeah.
Nice smallmouth, pretty fish too. Look at him.
Nice.
Good fish, buddy. Look at that one. Look at how fat that one is.
Oh yeah.
That's a big fish overall.
There we go.
Got him?
Yep.
What a pretty fish.
That's a tank.
Look at how fat that thing's belly is.
Yeah, it's chomping a little bit. Filling up for fall. I love it.
He's probably eating 4 or 5 of our sucker minnows.
I'm thinking so. That's an awesome fish.
Oh man, that's fun.
Beauty.
There you go, girl. Big one.
Yeah?
I think so.
You really fed that one, I could tell. That was...
You just hit the surface back there. That's a good one.
Okay, I'm ready.
This is just so much fun, this bait fishing. And I'll tell you, one of the great things about L&M, Sam's the lead buyer in sporting goods. I might have, heads up, Here we go. But one of the things you guys added, Sam, over the last couple of years that I think is so cool is the bait shop in some of the locations.
Yeah, we did. A few years ago, we've added live bait in 4 of our store locations now, and I mean, we do crawlers and other things in all locations, but what a beast.
Big fish.
Wow.
Look at that.
That is a tank.
I said, it ain't that big. Let me tell you though, and I've said this before, I might have even said it before today, but you know, I moved to northern Minnesota 3 years ago. My wife and I left the Twin Cities, moved up to northern Minnesota. We're in the Bemidji area, and really quick, L&M Fleet Supply became our favorite place to shop. And I'll tell you, the neatest thing about what you guys do, in my opinion, is that assortment is there designed around areas and what you need when you're fishing in that area.
Yeah, and it's really, really important for us, and we take a lot of pride in it. In each one of our communities, we want to have what our anglers look for. So where we have a store 3 hours from another, the assortment might be 50% different, but really, we want our people in our communities, we want to be their favorite place to shop. We want to have the stuff they're looking for. We don't want a cookie cutter, same thing in every store. We want that person that's coming in every day to have something for their lakes and their area. So we take a lot of pride in it, and it's really important.
These areas just swimming at me, dude. I think it's a pretty good one.
Yeah?
Well, yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He stopped.
That's usually a good sign.
When they stop, it's usually a pretty good one, and start pulling line a long ways away from the boat. I think it's a pretty good one. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever they stop and the drag starts to come out, you're pretty safe to say it's a good one. All right, we'll get the net.
Dude, this is a big fish. This is a big fish. That fish was coming at me. Do you see how far I had to reel back to this fish to find him? I think we're gonna have a little tug of war here.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Coming up.
I was gonna say, there's no way that fish gave up that fast. It came up pretty easy, but now.
No, and that's what I figured. You know, they get halfway up the column, they get excited. I think they see the light of day, they see the boat. Here we go. Good fish.
Good fish.
Another good one. I'll tell you what, that right there, it's a great way to wrap up a day. This has just been a ton of fun. You know, everything you saw us do today, you can get whatever you need to do this right at your local L&M. So make sure to stop in, and it's not just sporting goods. I mean, they've got everything. My wife shops at our local L&M as much as I do. It's a great fish right there. Hey, be sure to stop back next week. We'll have another great episode of Jon Thelen's Destination Fish. Closed captioning for Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by Formula Propeller.